your life slide away. There's a race, so you win, lead to race. Why complicate that feeling hate when it suffocates at the bottom? Don't take the bait, just walk away, resuscitate your nirvana. I feel a way I never felt before. I finally found what I'm looking for. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, lead to race. Forever in our open arms, we're thankful we made it safe so far. We proudly show our battle scars because they made us true. So, would you give up the fight if you had no time to even surrender? Would you give up your rights and let your life slide away? There's a race, so you win, lead to race. There's a race, so you win, lead to race.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the 55th episode of FNV. FNV is short for Friday Night VTubing, and this is a show where I, your host, Zarastro, interview various VTubers from all over the community. Tonight, our wonderful guest will be Trua, aka Trua. Trua, say hi, introduce yourself, and tell people about a fun little interesting fact about you that they might not know.
Hello, my name is Trua. I'm the Thick Orca VTuber, and thank you so much for having me here. Fun fact about me. So my model is actually 13 feet tall.
13 feet. Okay, wait, then I need to change something real quick. Then I need to take you here, and there we go. Now it's accurate, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay, 13 feet. Fuck me. Dude, I thought me being 6 foot was tall. I guess
I'm a whale. I wanted it to be canon.
You know, that's fair. What type of whale are you specifically? Because I know you said the thick whale.
Yeah, I'm an orca.
It's an orca, yeah.
Specifically, a northern Atlantic orca.
Is there what are the other orcas that you get? And also, what
There's
are the
like
differences? I'm assuming you know a lot about them.
There's like 9 different breeds.
I'm gonna assume that you know a lot about orcas.
Yeah, there's actually like 9 or 10 different types of orcas. A lot of them, vary in different colors. Some can be a little bit more yellow. Some can be a little more small and on the gray side, and then have different dorsal fins and markings as well. And sometimes certain whales prefer colder climates, and some prefer warmer. So it just depends on, the whale that you find.
Oh, damn! I did not know that. I just know of an orca being a killer whale, and it's a big black and white dolphin.
Yeah, basically.
It's a big black and white dolphin, and that's all I know. And I know that they're vicious, but also kind of cute.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Same.
what inspired you to want to become an orca? What? Or actually, no. Let's take it more abstract and go deeper. How do I say this? What brought your love for orcas?
So I've always, when I grew up, I watched Flipper, and I watched the Free Willy movies. Free
Willy is amazing.
I love 80s movies. Yeah. So I had went to SeaWorld, and I I've met dolphins and stuff, and I love sea life, so I really wanted to see orcas in person, because I've seen belugas and stuff, and I've got to play with them and feed them, but I never got to see orcas in person. And so my first time actually doing that was last year. We went to SeaWorld Orlando, and I got to meet an orca named Trua.
Oh. Okay, so then we have a bit of inspiration behind the name as well. So you started as... So I'm assuming you started then with VTubing after, or did you like do a rebrand or something? When did you start?
So I actually started, so this is gonna sound goofy. So I actually didn't start like everybody else did. I had a friend who started VTubing about 6 months before I did. Her name's Dania Luxu. She actually was on the trip with me to Florida when we actually, went to SeaWorld and everything. So she's like, I've been doing this for 6 months. I've already got a decent following. She's like, you would be great at this. She's like, you need to try it. And I was like, keep in mind, I'm in the middle of moving out of my dad's house into my own apartment. So like, I didn't really have the time and I wasn't really set up. Plus COVID was very rampant.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
so
when that's when all of us who, we mostly stay inside. That's when we got out.
Yeah, exactly. So we were just trying to move in and not get COVID, and we ended up getting COVID like the first week we moved in, which was awful. So she told me to do this, and I was like, if I do it, what do I be? And I was like, I really liked the orca thing. I was like, I should name it Trua, even though Trua is a male orca. I was like, why not, gender neutralize the name and make it, for females as well. So I was like, let's do it. And so I did that, and then I locked in all my social medias as ever Trua, and I was like, I sat on it from like September to like January, and I didn't post anything because again, I didn't even know what model I wanted. I was like, I have nothing about this. So I started up Vroid and everything, and I just started downloading stuff from Booth and whatever. I originally started off 3D, and I just started following random people on Twitter, interacting with the drop your PNG posts after I had solidified a model. My model costs $3, my original one.
Hey, mine cost $5.
Yeah, exactly.
Mine wasn't 3D though. Mine wasn't 3D though.
Oh, was it 2D?
Yeah. No, I commissioned a friend of mine who didn't really do commissions, so they charged me like $5, and I tipped an extra $5 later, or just like a static PNG that I split up and rigged. Let's go, cheap roots. Cheap roots, let's go.
Literally me. Literally me. So I was like, no way. I was like, I don't have the money for this, especially, us moving in.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm good with my little $3 3D model. Cause I'm like, if I don't invest a lot of money into this and it comes out as a loss, I didn't lose much,
Yeah. You're not like putting in 2K right at the beginning and then you flop and then it's like, oh, okay. That's 2K.
Exactly.
Gone.
Right. So I was like, no way. I'm like, we're not doing this. So I ended up debuting in February. I believe it was February 19th of this year.
This year. Hey,
yes. My very first time. Granted, I've streamed on Twitch before, but like through PlayStation, I didn't know anything about like assets and overlays and all this fun stuff.
Yeah.
So but it was wild to see how many people like just interacted with, somebody new I'm sure you've seen it before. Newer VTubers on Twitter, like their posts like go crazy.
Yeah, I have a deep-seated jealousy. Because every time I see someone post like, hey, thank you for 100 followers, and I hover over this thing and all of a sudden they're on like 5K, then I'm like, bruh, what the fuck?
Wait, how long have you been doing this?
I've been streaming. I debuted initially 29th of October 2020. And the show I've been doing, this is the 55th episode, so that's 55 weeks. Just over a year then.
That's amazing.
So yeah, no, I have a deep-seated jealousy and envy where I'm like, bruh, but I don't let it show too much. Like I don't wish any negativity on the people that, do get the success. Because obviously, why would I?
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm just like, bruh, I've been doing this for 2 years. Where's my blow up?
I know, right?
I think the next stop is just I have to get another model, blow up, and then we good.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's wonderful. Also, then, where did the ever part come from in your name? Like, we know where Trua now comes from, but what made you decide on ever Trua?
You're gonna laugh.
Okay,
'Cause
I love
everybody
laughing.
does.
I love laughing.
I really have been obsessed with Taylor Swift, and she made Folklore in 2020 when everybody was going through the pandemic, and then she made Evermore, the sister album. And so I was really obsessed with those two albums, you know, for the last like 3 years. And I was like, I wanted something to go with Trua, because Trua on Twitter and Twitch was taken. I couldn't just have my name.
Was taken
so
by
I was
the
like,
orca?
I want something. Yeah. And so my friend Dania has Luxu, and I was like, I don't want to take, you know, something like that, like a surname. I was like, what could go with it? And I was thinking, like, why not Ever Trua? You know, like Evermore.
I. So you're a Swiftie, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Is that what Taylor Swift fans are called? Swifties? I don't know.
Yes.
I'm not into a lot of fandoms. The only fandom I'd say I'm into is I'm a fucking a maggot because I love Slipknot.
Let's go. Yeah, no, I love Slipknot too. I like I got spit on by Corey Taylor.
Oh, bruh.
Yeah. That was probably one of my favorite moments of life.
I want to get spit on by Corey.
He came and he did a show with his other like brother band Slipknot. Or
with Stone Sour. Stone Sour is amazing.
I love it. And he toured with Hailstorm. And
Hailstorm?
so we went,
know that band.
yeah. We went to see them because we got free tickets. Like, why not, right?
Hey,
and like
yo.
we were in the pit. And so like he just took out chugged an entire bottle of water, and just like the last like 2 sips he just spat out into the audience.
So it's like one of those how people do like the water spit like in shows that you can never do right.
Take all over us, and I was like, yes, daddy.
That neck of his probably pushes out a lot of pressure, so
You are not wrong.
Years of headbanging, man. Years of headbanging. I tried the other night. I was just like listening to some, what was it, a Monomarth, I think. And I was like, bro, the song goes hard, and I was just sat there headbanging for like 2 minutes. And then the next day, I went to bed and I woke up and I'm like, bro, why is my neck so stiff? Like, as I look up and down, I'm just feeling like, ow. And then I'm like, wait, I headbanged for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's it. I don't know, man. I can't. But yeah, no, that's pretty fucking cool. What are some of your other favorite bands that you like listening to? That's quite a big difference between going from Taylor Swift to Slipknot.
So my parents were born and like raised in the 60s and 70s, so I really love like 60s and 70s music as well. I would say I'm very versatily eclectic in my music tastes. So I love everything between like Toto, Alabama, Tears for Fears, you know, Seals and Crofts, America, you know, all the fun stuff. You know, I love I also love metal stuff too as well.
You're
like
probably
Alice in
going to
Chains.
lose a little bit of respect for me, but I didn't know a single band that you mentioned there. Maybe Toto.
Oh no, you're totally fine.
I do not know many bands from that era, if I'm going to be honest.
That's completely valid. I get it. I'm probably older than most people you interview.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm 29.
Yeah. I remember you said you have it on your Twitter bio.
Yep.
Yeah. No, you're a solid 8 years older than me. That's almost a decade. I almost have to
that's what
call
I'm saying.
you.
Yeah, that
I
makes
almost have to
sense.
call you aunt. Because in my household, how I was raised, if there's someone, at least when I was younger, if there's someone you meet and they're 10 years or more older than you aunt them. So let's say I was like 3 years younger, I would say Aunt Trua.
I love that. That's
wouldn't.
amazing.
I would probably make you feel old with that, wouldn't I?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, you know, I think my 10-year reunion 2 years ago made me feel.
Oh shit! Wait, 10-year reunion
For high
2 years
school,
ago when you were 17.
Yeah. Well, I was born in like the weird like end of the year
Oh,
92.
okay.
So, like,
So you
you know,
finished in like
graduated
when you
really
were 17. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I am kind of not looking forward to my reunion. Let's be honest. I hope by that time I've like, you know, gotten to a spot where I can be like, ha 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 ha, fuck you. All the cliques and the other people who are there.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll move on to the first question then. So, what is your lore? Don't mind me asking.
It was very weirdly thrown together and very last minute.
Oh,
but
yeah. That's my favorite type. Because I can poke holes.
Really? So I'm a 5,000-pound thick whale.
Hell yeah.
Who was brought into the human world because some drunk men wanted to see a hot girl. So they did voodoo when I was performing at SeaWorld, and now I'm a hot girl and a gamer.
Okay, so they did voodoo at the SeaWorld.
Lore story.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So they did voodoo at SeaWorld.
Yes.
Like close to an orca enclosure.
Yes.
And then somehow you turned into a beautiful young lady.
Yes.
Ah. You miss the sea?
Kind of, but no.
Not really. What do you probably prefer, like, you know, PC games and stuff more?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
100%. Yeah.
I still go swimming sometimes.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I just get yelled at when I'm naked now.
There are places for that. Luckily. But alright, no, that is quite the interesting lore. I can see people in chat chanting voodoo whale.
Let's go.
So that's pretty interesting. I'm surprised you don't put that in your bio. Voodoo whale. That's a bioable thing.
I should actually. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Like orca VTuber, she her 29, and then voodoo whale.
I love that. I'm actually gonna do that.
Hell yeah. Let's go. I got another guest to do something. Because it happened a couple times where I'm like, hey, here's a stream idea, and then they end up doing it, and I'm like, hell yeah. I like seeing them do it, even if it's like weeks after I mentioned it, and then it's like they put work into it, and it's a thing that's happening. Let's go. I'm
That's
kind
amazing.
of an influencer.
Yeah.
But we'll move on to the next one then. So, what were some of your biggest influences or inspirations behind your designs? You know, other than Trua, the orca.
Yeah, so aside from the whale, I would say that my split black and white hair comes from my past and my future and / present. So like when I was really young, I want to say like 7 or 8, I wanted to start dyeing my hair because I had like this weird ideology that I was like, oh, I've got green eyes and, you know, it'd be so pretty if I had black hair to go with it, you know, and like my mom was like, hell no, like don't ruin yourself like that.
What color are your hair? Is your hair normally?
It's well, my my standard like natural hair color is like a mousy brown, like an ash brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so sorry, my dogs are barking.
I can't hear them.
So okay, good. So basically, and now I'm kind of blonde / platinum. So I kind of, you know, it's kind of like the duality of your life. You know, you got to accept what you had versus what you have now, and you know, these parts that make you whole.
Yeah.
Now, as far as like my model goes, literally nothing on this model aside from the black and white and the blue eyes and the split hair is of my doing.
Oh, okay. So they were all like by an artist.
Yeah, I bought this model on Booth actually for $20. Comes with commercial rights and everything. they said I can edit it, commercialize it, use it however I want. I just can't redistribute the actual file and claim that it's mine.
What?
I can claim that it's my model, but I can't claim that I drew it, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. But it's like
But I did edit
they won't
pieces.
sell that like this model again. That was a one-time purchase.
Yeah, like I just can't resell it to anybody.
Okay, yeah, but nobody
They-
else
they
can
can go
buy
ahead
the
and-
original again, or can they?
Yes, they can.
Oh, okay.
And there's been about 5 or 6 people that have the same model, but I've changed mine up enough that like you can probably recognize the hair in the face and probably the top. The original model came with like red, white, and golds because it's a dragon model. Like,
Oh, okay.
check this out.
Not an orc. Oh, I see. So you just switch the wings off permanently.
Yeah.
You just never have it on.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is like I can actually edit them to be what I want them to be. So I'm like, if I,
Okay.
ever want to, mess with that, I can. So I think that's pretty cool. So I edited a lot of the stuff that you see on her color wise and everything.
Okay. So like the blue eyes.
She even had
the
really
blue gem.
obnoxious long elf ears that I had to
You cut
cut
out.
down.
That's the thing about like all of my models. None of my models have had ears. I don't
really?
even. Yeah, no. It's always covered by my bangs. Like this
Oh, let
model
me- yeah,
doesn't
you
even
do have a lot of
have
hair.
ears.
Yeah.
But that's
Oh.
cool. So
No, I like your model a
Nothing-
lot.
hey, thank you, and I like yours.
Thanks.
I really love the slight blue accents in it. Like it's
Oh, me
it's
too.
black and white. It's like super minimal. What do they call that? I think like have you ever seen those black and white photos and then it's just the red that's highlighted. That's in color.
Oh yeah, like a little splash of color.
Yeah, I forgot what it's
Little
called. I'm
accent.
thinking it's like color. I just thought of it and I forgot. Isolation, color isolation. Let me see. Is it that? Color isolation. I think it is actually that. Yeah. Wow. It is.
I love that. That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's like how yours is like mainly black and white, and then you've got the blue just shining through.
Yeah,
Really draws the attention.
I love it so much.
Hell yeah. But then after that, who or what inspired you to become a VTuber? Now we kind of already answered this question earlier when you talked about your friend.
Yeah.
But was there anything else? Like what was the deciding factor of like, okay, yeah, I want to start doing this now?
So I did say my friend Dani Aluxu. Yes, we did mention that. She is
Yes.
an Oni. So just hearing more about like how much fun she was having with it. Like there were times where I would go over to her house and just see the stuff from behind the scenes, and she had like 30 Chrome windows open just talking to people. And at the time I was going through a bit of an isolation period because I had just moved out. I was feeling kind of lonely because my roommate works a lot, and I didn't really have any friends because of the pandemic. And I'm at that weird age where like everybody's married or moved away or
Yeah.
working
Yeah.
or not here anymore. So
Yeah, and you're
it's
like,
just-
I'm assuming not married, haven't moved away, and like,
yeah.
you're just like, bruh, I've
Exactly.
been left behind.
And I lost like a lot of my friends during the pandemic because a lot of them had kids and they can't hang out anymore. They can't,
Yeah.
or they got married and they're in that honeymoon phase where they don't want to talk to anybody. Yeah, no, it's really weird. So I was feeling really lonely and I was like, I really want to reconnect with people. And one of the things I've loved to do for a really long time is connect online. Like my dad, my mom, literally my entire household when we first got computers, like that's all we did. And we even talked to each other with computers and it was amazing. So to really get back into being online and having a presence online is amazing. For the longest time, I was not allowed to talk about who I am, who I was, or like anything that my family did, because like my dad was a part of the United States government and I had to hide my identity for the longest time.
Yeah.
But it's so weird also coming out of that and like being able to have my own persona and feel like I am the boss of my own information.
Yeah. And now it's like,
So
hiding that
very
information
liberating.
kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, it's very liberating. So I'm really
Right.
happy. And that's but this deciding factor was when I sat down and I was like, I came home from her house one night and she's like, hey, I really want to help you. And so we sat down and we thought out names or whatever. And she's like, you do that whale. And I was like, let's go. And then I sat down and I was like going through every single like word thesaurus I could think of in my head. And I was like, I can't think of anything. And then obviously Trua came to me because of Evermore. And then it just kind of like started dominoing from there. So like I was like, okay, how do I make a model? And then I just started Googling a whole bunch of stuff like about VTubing. And I'm like, okay, what's VRoid? What's this? What's that? How can I do this? And I knew a little bit about 3D modeling because I don't know if you know of the application called IMVU, but I used to actually be a content creator on there.
IMVU?
Oh, yeah, it's a 3D chat software. It was actually one of the first ones that launched in 2007.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I started 3D modeling for them back then, just as like an independent creator. I didn't really do it like for their company or anything. But I just made stuff, for my own. So a lot of it started coming back to me. And I was like, okay, I can do this, and that's how that happened. So.
Okay. Oh yeah. I like that. So what exactly? When did IMVU die?
Well, it's still going. Actually,
it's still going.
It's not as popular as it was. I would say like maybe 10 years ago. It was really popular 10 years ago, but now like its core users are like in their 30s and don't really want to be like online like that anymore.
Okay.
Or they can't be. So yeah.
Yeah, I have never heard of it. Somehow. Then
I still have my old account with like literally everything on it.
So how long did you do like the 3D modeling for, back then?
God. So I joined this site when I shouldn't have at like 11. I think, because I think I had to be at least 13 at the time, and I was like, no, I'm doing this. So I joined when I was like 11.
We've all done that. If like everybody lies about their age online. Sometimes you shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I was 11 when I first joined, and then I started like really getting serious into content creating about 14, 15. So I was like, for about a solid 4 to 5 years, I was just learning how to 3D model, 3D mesh, importing textures, making textures, creating like clothing folds and stuff. I did a lot of that in Photoshop. Oh.
So then with that, you also learned like, how to do some digital art stuff as well.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I've been slowly learning because when did I start? I think Feb 21 is when I got my first drawing tablet, and also CSP, and since then I've started just learning art, and now I have a co-artist that I work with he only does line art and I only do color, because I cannot do line art to save my life, and he hates doing coloring.
Right.
So
no, and see, that's amazing.
Together.
I just got mine this year. So
hell yeah.
I've been using an iPad for the last like 3, because I haven't been really serious about digital art.
Yeah.
For like,
my friend also uses
like the
an
last
iPad.
5 years. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
It was like 5 years that I really started getting more serious into digital art. So I got an iPad, and then the pencil, and then I found Procreate, and I was like, this is amazing. And then I was like, okay, but I want to do more. I want to make larger scale things. So I got the XP pen, and I'm using Clip Studio as well. So I love it so much.
Okay. Wait, which XP pen did you get?
I have the 15.6 Pro that I got last year as a Christmas bundle. I think it was $229.
The 15.6 Pro. Is that a screen tablet?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah, no, I do not have a screen tablet. I just have, what is it? It's the XP pen. Let me check if I can actually see on this thing.
Do you just have like the actual, like, just standard black tab?
Yeah. It's the Deco Mini.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, because a buddy bought it for me for think it was for my birthday this year is when he bought it for me. Otherwise, I was using second-hand. Fuck, I forgot the. I think Huion. Yeah, I was using a second-hand Huion tablet from another South African content creator and VTuber that was like, I'm upgrading. I'm getting an iPad, and I'm not going to use this anymore. Zara, do you want to take this off my hands? If like, it's fine if you just pay shipping, and then you can have it. And I was like, hell yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, no, I'm glad that we're both learning art now. It's a fun
Absolutely,
journey.
yeah.
It's a long, never-ending journey. That is.
Oh yeah, it's very complicated.
So many different things that you always have to keep an account,
All the time.
and things always changing too.
Yes, and
But-
then there's, I love going, like, one of my favorite things to do is like go on TikTok and see like the hacks that like artists have,
Oh,
because there's
yeah.
always hacks.
Yeah, there's so many hacks, and I know none of them. Most of my hacks are just cheeky little fucking, what do you call it, stencils or pen tools that I buy off of Clip Studio
Me.
itself.
Literally me.
Like I've got multiple folders in my tools section where one folder is just eye stuff. There are like 8 inner eye, 8 pupil stuffs, 8 outer ring, 8 middle ring, and then there's like eye stuff, and it's just like I just use them to make my life easy, and it looks nice.
Right.
And then otherwise I've got so many textures. So many textures. Oh. Sure? You here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh. You froze like in one position, so I thought like I lost connection because that's happened before.
Oh no.
Don't worry, you're good. The question is my internet good, but it should be. But okay, then we'll move on to the next question, and then we've gone through, what got you, or actually what made you start, but what keeps you going now? Who would you say are inspirations for you now?
Oh my gosh, there's so many. But first off, I want to say like everybody that follows me, I am an 18+ streamer, so I love my adult community.
Yeah.
I love my followers. I love every single person that retweets, comments, likes, even comes in and stops by, gives a follow in the Twitch chat. It's them. They keep me going. They come in. They're like, when they say I'm their favorite streamer, it blows my mind to this day, because I'm like, I just started this year, and like there's so many better and bigger people out there, like like Bao and Shy Lily and Silverveil and Zentrea and all these other people that like
mentioned
you
two
could be
other
watching.
whales. You just mentioned 2 other whales off the bat.
Yeah. Well, Bao is like one of the people I really like. I love her so much. But seriously though, like I thank them, because it's like you could be watching these other amazing people, but you come to me, like that's powerful to me. So like,
Yeah.
the most I can do is just keep going, like, because like you were here for me, I'm gonna be here for you.
That's true. I usually say, yeah, no, people are just watching me because I'm the only one streaming at this time.
I mean, that can be also the case too.
Because my time zone, when the Americans usually start streaming, it's like 4 a.m. my time.
Are you UK?
I'm South African.
Are you UK? Oh,
So GMT
whoa.
plus 2.
Ayo. I've been to Africa. Let's go.
Yo, what part of
Yeah.
Africa though? I said I'm from South
Uganda.
Africa. Okay, I'm not in Uganda.
Yeah. No, but I yeah.
Yeah. How was it? What was the purpose of your trip to Uganda?
God, it was 10 years ago,
Oh,
literally this year. And I went so it was a graduation trip, but it was something I'd always wanted to do. My you know the song Bless the Rains Down in Africa
Oh, yeah?
by Toto?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was obsessed with that song when I was 5 years old. Love that it blew up 25 years later.
Hell yeah. I mean, it was already a big song before. It just became a meme then.
It really was. Yeah, and then it just became a meme, and then it blew up again.
And that's how you make a song become immortal.
But that's exactly, and that's what made me want to go, because when I was like, 12 or 13, I was like researching Africa and like all the issues and everything that was happening, and I was like, I had this like compelling force inside of me that like wanted to help people and just do what I could, because I would say like my heart's like 50 times bigger than it should be.
It's the size of a whale's.
Exactly. I wanted to do everything and help everyone. And so, but I was trying to solve the world's problems for my backyard. And I was like, exactly. So my grandma, recognized that I really wanted to go. And so she actually was friends with the somebody who owned what was called American Trans Air. Oh. And yeah, she was friends with that person. And so she's like, hey, can we get, a trip going? And, she's like, I want to take my granddaughter for graduation. So we did that. We stayed 2 weeks in Uganda, and I got to go all over the country. It was beautiful.
Oh yeah. Did it rain?
A lot.
Did you bless the rain?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. Then I'm glad you managed to do the song. But yeah, no, time zones are an issue a lot of the times. What has been some of your toughest time zone experiences?
So I do have a few people in the UK. I would say they're probably the hardest. Because I don't really talk to anybody outside of US, Canada,
America.
Or yeah. Well, it's not that I don't want to. I don't know of anybody. I also don't want to ask, because I don't want people to feel like they're, obligated to dox themselves. So
oh, fair enough.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to ask, but also like I will say California has been probably the worst for me in the US, because it's 3 hours behind. And if I'm trying to, collab with somebody at, for their time, it's 7 for me. So it's like, it's pretty late.
Yeah.
And if they want to go for like 5 or 6 hours, that could go into the early hours of the morning for me, and it's still midnight for them. And
yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, no, that can definitely happen. I think I've had like one of those experiences where I was going like into the like very early morning for me as well, and otherwise I've also sometimes pushed friends into the early morning. Or say if it was like midday for me, because I'm GMT +2, you're just EST, right? Yeah, so we've got a 7-hour difference between us.
Mm-hmm.
So for me right now, it is 20 to 11 p.m.
Yeah.
And if I were to stream in the midday, like how I usually do, if I start at 12, and then oftentimes, I start at 4 p.m. for the Americans, where they usually start at 4 p.m. for me.
Oh yeah, it's super late for you.
I mean, sorry, 4
That's
a.m.
wild.
4 a.m. I said 4 p.m. Right, then what about VTubing fascinates or interests you the most?
Just how much you can do with it. I will say, like, I really hope that we get to one day where 2D has like 3D aspects. Because I mean, I feel like it does, and it has its potential, but like I feel like certain things could be a little bit better.
It just comes at like an extreme cost.
Yeah, like I don't know if you've seen like the Twitch integrated throwing system.
Oh yeah. I know of tits.
Tits. Oh yeah. It doesn't
as far as I know, they're working
2D.
on YouTube support.
Ah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I've noticed it does not work well with 2D as well as it does with 3D. Like, you can't break the model per se. And I really would love that.
I could see that. I think the main issue is that, with Live 2D, you have to rig the 2D stuff to be able to turn to that 3D, and that's why it costs so much. Like, let's say
I will
with...
say I.
Hmm?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry, it cut out.
Oh, no. I was just gonna say, like, let's say with the art gun or Brian Sui's models, you know, they have big range, but it costs a fortune.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, you were gonna say,
I will say, like, I feel like we're not too far off from having like a live 2D version of Vroid, where people can go pick out live 2D editions that have already been pre-drawn, preset by somebody.
Yeah.
And then you can actually download and create your own live 2D model that's already pre-rigged.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been like that.
I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of been like that for a bit with Booth.
Mhm.
Like how you said with like your model, where you bought it and then, you know, you can make changes. Granted, you can't make that many major changes. Yeah.
You know, like how you can in Vroid Studio, where it's like there's preset models that you can use, but you can recolor if you would like. That would be nice to have just like a software where like everything's already pre-made and you just put the pieces together.
Yeah.
For live 2D. So that would be cool. That's already pre-rigged. That way you don't have to worry about hiring a rigger or funding, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars for a model, because these model prices are expensive.
They are. I'm pushing mine up soon.
Oh my god, it's wild because and I'm not knocking anybody that's making a living off of it. I'm not at all. I believe 1000% if your art is good and you are doing a great job, keep going, keep your prices the way they are, because this economy is not going to get any better. But a model is costing the same as 1 month rent in my apartment, and that's wild to me.
True. See, that's a benefit for me living in South Africa, because currently, okay, how much do you pay? I always use this this analogy. How much do you pay for a can of Monster? $2, $3?
$3.50.
$3.50.
Almost $4.
I pay 17 Rand for a can of Monster. That's about $1.
Yeah.
So I can afford to keep my prices low. So as I said, I'm gonna push up my prices. So let's say just a full body rig I'm gonna push it up to 600. That is about a month's rent for me as well. Luckily I don't have to rent, but yeah, I can get away without having to charge like 2,000.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. No. That's
and then
wild.
just barely scraping by. $2,000 here is a salary.
Yeah, so it would be about 26,000 rands for 1 month rent of my apartment. That's a lot.
Yeah. Oh, you did the conversion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering how close it was to like other conversion currency things that I know, and I was like, all right, I'll check it out.
It's not close at all to many different stuff. Because that's also because the rand constantly changes. Like a couple years ago, we got used to saying, okay, it's about 15 Rand to the dollar. Then it became 16 Rand to the dollar. Earlier this year, it was almost 20 Rand to the dollar.
That's wild.
Yeah, that happens when you have an unstable government.
I'm from the United States. We know all about unstable governments.
Too true. I keep up with the American politics more than I do my own country's, because my own
I'm so sorry for that.
my country's politics is just a shit show.
Same.
Mine, at least we can laugh at the people in mine though. Like,
exactly.
Have you ever watched PewDiePie?
Yes.
Okay, so there was at one point where he made a video reacting to some president not speaking numbers correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, that was our previous president.
Oh, wow. That's not okay.
Yeah, that was Jacob Zuma, our previous president. He served for 8 or 10 years, I think. He had 2 full terms and got I'm not sure if it was impeached, but he didn't complete his 3rd term. But he had a 3rd term.
Wow.
Yeah. And then you wonder why the rand is so weak.
Oh, yeah.
Well, all right. We'll move on from politics. We didn't usually dwell on that too long, and we'll ask.
You're good.
So, this is a purely hypothetical question, Trua. If you could rebrand, and there were no limitations or anything, if you could rebrand, what would you rebrand to and why? You cannot be another whale girl.
If I could rebrand into something, I think I would rebrand into a being of light. And that would just be like I wouldn't be like a body. It would just be like light. And the
You'll
reason why
sun.
like sun. No, it would just be like a cluster of light. Because I believe that every single one of us has a cluster of light inside of us, and we have to protect that. Like we have to protect our passions, our hopes, our dreams, and our happiness. And our light can go out very easily, but also you can be a light for somebody else. And so one of the things I strive to do and be in this community is a light for everybody. So if anybody needs anything, they come to me, and that's what I try to be,
Okay. That's wonderful. I love that.
Like a light being. That's what I would love.
So how would you materialize that as a model concept?
Probably a lot of glowing. It would definitely be like 2D.
Okay.
Rigged, but like lighting and just like swirling like maybe polarizing lights with some shimmers and sparkles in it. Just to add a little essence of magic to the whole thing.
Okay. Oh yeah. So just a floating ball of light with a bunch of spirals, a bunch of fun little effects. Hell yeah. I'm down for that. So future rebranded comment. Probably not. I'm assuming you've probably like made enough of a brand for yourself as like Orca.
I was gonna say I am pretty happy with the Orca. What I would like to do, and this is a spoiler alert for that as you know, this isn't my true model. This is not my ideal live 2D form.
Okay.
I really would love to encompass more celestial aspects to my whale, because I do love space. I do love
more voodoo
stars and everything. Yeah. I do love space and I do love stars, so I would love to have like the black side of my hair have like twinkling stars in it, and just
be like a flying
like
whale.
that. Yeah,
a leviathan.
Like you've seen like those anime things that like the pictures with like the landscapes are like they've got like flying whales in the clouds.
Yeah,
that's what I love. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just thinking of Gojira right now with their song "Flying Whales," which is a banger.
A great one.
Hell yeah! So you listen to Gojira as well?
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah! What's your favorite song?
Airship.
Airship. I don't know that one.
That's a good one. And then I also love oh gosh, what was that other one? I loved their Toxic Garbage Island album. That one was really good. And then Born for One Thing was good. Amazonia. Did you ever hear Sphinx?
I'm gonna be honest. I've mainly only listened to From Sirius to Mars.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
No, that's probably my favorite album from them.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to too many other stuff because that's enough. Wait, which album is? Fuck, what's the name? Gojira Vacuity. The Way of All Flesh. That's the name. The Way of All Flesh is also a good album.
I love that.
Those are the only two albums that I've really listened to.
Let's go.
But I'll check them out. I'll listen back in the VOD later and find these names and then listen to them after. Because I fucking love just listening to music while working or, just playing games or stuff.
Same.
What's your go-to chill music?
Ooh, okay. Right now it's Bleachers. the band Bleachers. It's it's an indie band that is ran by Jack Antonoff, who has worked with people like Lana Del Rey, produced like really good hits. He's like Lana's producer and a few other people's big producers, but he's got his own band that he's actually really good at singing, and he's got a great voice, and he's an amazing lyricist. So it's very much mellow indie, but it's kind of got tads of rock here and there. So
okay. Well, then I'll make sure to go check out Bleachers as well. I have them pulled up on my Spotify now, but I can't play anything because then the background music will change and I will get claimed.
I highly recommend Roller Coasters.
Roller
It's a
Coasters.
good one.
Okay, that's the second most played
Yes.
from them, with
Such a good one.
130 million plays.
Such a good one.
Right after I Want to Get Better with 134 million. It's only 4
That's
million
another.
off.
I was gonna recommend that one.
It's only 4 million off, and the rest are all like 30 million to
Yeah.
no higher. Damn.
Yeah, they're really good.
Okay, I'll go check those two songs out then afterwards. But first, before we continue with the questions, let me quickly do our midway ad read. So, this this episode of FNV has been brought to you by me. There's still no sponsor, and I'm planning on probably keeping it that way for a bit. But yeah, what you can do though is you can go check out fnv.crd.co, where you can find everything to do with the show. Yes, I know that rhymes, and it's wonderful. I love it. But there you can find the audio-only platforms, because the show is currently available on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and Anchor FM, albeit quite outdated. We're still only on episode 24. I have made promises to update them, and I have not yet come through. It takes long. But otherwise, these episodes are streamed live every Friday night at youtube.com/ZarastroCH. That is ZARASTROCH. Otherwise, go check out my wonderful guest, Trua. On Twitter, it is at evertrua_TTV. That is EVERTRUA_TTV. And on Twitch, it's just twitch.tv/evertrua, spelled exactly the same way. And with that, shall we continue with the episode?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, by the way.
Oh, no need to thank me. That's part of the show. I gotta do at least one of those ad reads in the middle, and then at the end, show there is advertising space. And to give my guests shoutouts, because the show can't be here without the guests. I'm quite fucking boring on my own.
No.
But okay. We'll ask you then the next question. Why did you start making content?
Well,
you kind of answered this one earlier.
Mm-hmm.
But go on.
I noticed that as I was getting a lot more traction on Twitter than I was on Twitch, especially when I first started. Now, granted, when I first started posting on Twitter, I started getting a lot of follows on Twitch. I hadn't even debuted and I already had 300 people on my Twitch, and I was like,
damn.
What the hell? Yeah, it was wild. So then, debut day comes, I'm already almost at 600 or 1,000, and I'm like, how is this a thing? And so I was like, and more people started interacting with me on Twitter, and I was like, okay, so this is my key, this is my ticket in. I have to keep posting on Twitter. I have to, and so what I do is I try to post engaging things. And you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say that I don't do the stereotypical VTuber marketing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Especially with the 18+ community. I do not do any of that. I am a little bit, on the more adult entertaining side, but not to the point of overkill.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like a lot of people enjoy that.
I'm assuming you more have the 18+ tag so that you don't, you have a mature audience.
Exactly, yeah.
So that you don't have to say,
prefer...
yeah, I'm PG or that.
Yeah, well, I do post some crazy stuff on my Twitter that should not, be read by anybody under 18. Yeah, exactly. So, that's why I have the 18+, but also, so people know that this is a safe space for adults. They can come view and interact with my content and not be worried about it.
Yeah.
Another thing is it's more fun, honestly. I like talking about, random shit. I like swearing. I like being lewd. I like flirting with chat and with Twitter and stuff. It's fun. And they seem to like it too. But like I said, I don't go overkill because I still remember that Twitter, even though you can put the 18+ tags, is still a public platform.
Yes.
So that is one of my biggest things. But yeah, that's why I create content, to make people laugh. My biggest thing that drives me to keep doing what I do today is I want to inspire people. I want to, if somebody's having a bad day or a rough time, I'm going through stuff right now as well. I want to show people that even though you're having it rough, you're going through a bad time, you can still push through because I'm pushing through as well.
Okay. So that also kind of answers one of the next questions that we have, which is like, how do you combat burnout, basically? So
my entire life is burnout.
So then you probably know how to handle it pretty well.
So this is gonna sound goofy. I have an illness that I've had for about a year. I've got brain fog. I'm pretty sure that it was either caused by a mini stroke / TIA or COVID. I'm not sure.
Okay.
The doctors aren't sure either. They can't find anything, so I'm just kind of going with it.
Okay.
I've got sensory, a lot of
brain fog?
I've got a lot of cognitive issues, so like I can't think as sharply as I used to.
Okay.
I can't remember things as easily as I used to. I can't hold things right. I've lost a lot of sensory issues. Like temperatures feel weird to me. I've lost feeling in parts of my body. So like it's been rough. And honestly, just getting out of bed and just doing things that I need to do daily or a chore. It's a task. So and it can be very mentally taxing and draining, fighting your own body.
Oh yeah.
When it's not working with you. I feel like a defective toy sometimes. So that's why I was like, I need to push through this to get, because I'm like, people pay to see me and to pay monthly for my content. I'm like, I can't let them down.
Okay.
Like I need to be there for them. They were here for me. And also if I can inspire somebody to, do the same thing that I'm doing, either they have brain fog or, a worse condition, obviously know your limits. Don't push yourself.
Yes.
I know mine and continuously push them, but it's fine. But with things like brain fog, you don't have a concept of time. You can't tell whether it's been 5 minutes or 2 weeks that have passed.
Okay.
You don't feel the hours and minutes like you used to. You don't really have a concept of burnout because that's all you feel. So I don't really like, it's weird to say that, but like, I feel like my entire everyday living now is just burnout, but I try to push through it.
Okay. Well, I did not know that. The way you explained it, it kind of, the way you explained brain fog, it's kind of in the name.
Yeah.
Everything is just foggy.
Yeah.
Okay. So
and you don't feel emotions like you used to. Like everything's just weird.
Okay. So what you need is like a lighthouse.
Yeah,
shine
exactly.
a light through the fog.
Yep.
And that's why you say you wish to be said lighthouse for people that might need it.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
Okay. And then how? I mean, you said that you've been struggling to deal with it, but I'm assuming that hopefully it's gotten at least a tiny bit easier to deal with that now that you've been dealing with it for a while.
It's not something that gets better. Like, I mean, yes, I do have good days, but like I also have bad days where like it affects my mental health, where I'm like, am I always going to be like this? Am I, how much longer can I put up with this? It goes down that path, and it's like it gets pretty dark, but it's like at the same time I think about like, but you know, what if it does get better? Because I have noticed that like there have been studies like on brain fog that like people that have come out of COVID have talked about, you know, brain fog being a real thing, because doctors were pushing it off as like a pseudo illness, and they were like, well, we don't have any proof. And they're more and more people are starting to be aware, and doctors are actually starting to, you know, test for treatments for it. So there could be hope for me down the line. Or again, if it was, you know, a stroke or anything like that, or a mini stroke, because I have been stressed over the last 2 years moving out my dad and everything that's been going on, you know, that's something I unfortunately can't fix.
Yeah.
So I will never be able to go back if it was that. But if it was brain fog, then, you know, there at least is a little silver lining.
then we'll go, hopefully it was that.
Exactly.
And I wish the best for you in the future with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, because you seem wonderful, and I wouldn't want that to get much worse.
Oh, me neither.
But okay, then we'll go away from this slightly deep topic and go a bit more surface level. What have been some of the what's your preferred type of content to make? You know, when you hit that go live button, or actually, first off, do you plan out your streams beforehand, or are you just like, okay, I'm gonna play this and that's it?
So no, I don't plan out my streams. I wish I did, because I used to be so good at planning. Again, this ties into like the whole head issue.
Okay, yeah.
I used to be so good at like so sharp that I could like plan things, and like I know from like exact second of what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna do, how I'm gonna say it, tone and everything. Delivery, no, can't do that anymore. Brain's like, this is too much.
Okay,
so
even without
I even have issues sticking to schedules. Yeah, no, I even have issues sticking to schedules. Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding.
Bro, even so, without brain fog, I can't do that. What do you mean?
It's so bad. It's so bad. So like I swear to God, like there's days where like I'm not even kidding, I would not even know if I had a collab if they don't message me. Like I would forget that easily. Yeah, no, it sucks. So and that's how quickly like it leaves my mind. Like my long-term memory is great. Like I can remember stuff from like 10 years ago, but like I swear to God, if you ask me what I did yesterday, I can't tell you.
I mean, yesterday you spoke to me a bit. You sent me a PNG and stuff. That's all I know about what you did yesterday.
Exactly.
And I know that honestly, you've got a collab in a bit.
I forgot to send it to you, so that's why I was like, oh wait, I can see your name. I'm like, I have to send it to you now, otherwise I will forget again and never send it.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm used
worst.
to. I'm very used to people forgetting about stuff all the time, because, as I said, I've been doing this for 55 episodes. I know how people work by now. I need to constantly remind them about shit, and I don't have an issue with it. Like it, I feel like sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to remind them, but I don't want to feel like I'm coming off too pushy and being like, hey, I need this thing.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, I used to be one of those people. Like I'm gonna be honest, this is like my anti-hero complex here. I used to be one of those people that like, if you don't respond to me after like 2 days, I automatically go into like this like auto hate mode where it's like, you hate me, you're busy, you don't want to talk to me, I'm not worth your time. And then like I see it from the other side now, because it's like sometimes I will not answer a DM. Like I'll read it, I'll think I replied, and then I never did, and I feel like an ass later because I'm like, oh fuck.
That's happened. I'm always so fast on replies. Like if people can DM me and I'll be like, I'll see it. Even if it's like Twitter DMs, because I'm always in my Twitter DMs, I'll see like the DM requests as well, because I'm always in there, you know, scheduling people for the next shows, reaching out and doing stuff like that. Or on Discord, I get the pop-up. My Discord's always open on my second screen, and then I'll see it, and then the ADHD kicks in. I would think I replied, someone called me away, or I looked away, or I quickly clicked the notification or something, and then I don't reply for like a week.
Oh yeah, literally me. Literally me. And then they'll be like, did you do anything? And I'm like, no, listen, I have this illness, I'm sick, whatever. And then they'll be like, they'll either understand or they won't. It's very difficult to explain when they won't. But aside from that, like, it's hilarious because like I can't tell you how many times I do it, and I recognize that I do it, and I still do it anyway. And it's like, okay,
Yeah, no, that's also like another reason why I've just gotten used to like if somebody. This is mainly specifically with like my outreaches, right? Because most of the time I go into message requests. Was I in message requests for you?
Yes.
Yeah, I know by
now. You
now.
added me as a friend, and then I accepted you, and then you became. Yeah.
Yeah, I know by now that I get put into message requests. So if I'm reaching out to someone who's of a slightly bigger following, then I'm like, okay, I'm probably gonna go in there. If they don't respond, I'll reach out again in like 6 months.
Yeah, I love that.
Because and then I'll literally make the message like, hey, I probably got lost in message requests. Just reaching out again to see maybe you would be interested. Let me know. If not, I might reach out again in like another 6 months.
I love that.
But yeah, no, it's tough keeping up with shit when you're constantly all over the place.
That's another thing. That's you know how difficult it is being a VTuber and just in general in today's society.
Yeah.
Tag brain fog on top of that. it's like, oh my god, I hate everything. It's like I must really hate myself to do this to myself. No, it's fine. I do love it and I love everything about it, but it's like, I gotta have fun and poke fun at myself sometimes.
I mean, yeah, hey, a bit of self depreciation is always
but geez,
it's fine.
It's rough, especially like remembering how many collabs you have to do, remembering, you have to create content, you have to do TikToks, you have to check YouTube, you gotta DMs,
okay,
all this fun stuff.
I'm a bit slacking. I'm slacking a bit on the make TikToks and YouTube Shorts area. I haven't made one in ages.
My shorts don't do very well, but my TikToks do.
Are you using proper tagging?
Yes, for shorts, yes.
Oh, well, shorts are hit and miss, weird. To be honest.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I've posted shorts and they've like flopped, and I've posted TikToks as well and they've flopped horribly. Some of them didn't flop as much as a YouTube short did, but yeah, no, honestly, I don't know how the shorts and TikToks and stuff work. I am too stupid. And I cannot put the effort into learning how. Like, we both know Lopi, who I had on 2 weeks ago, and we talked about how she makes shorts and like what goes into making it. And she said like she actually plans them out, and she has an entire folder on her notes in on her phone. And like on Friday, she'll sit down and she'll look at them and she'll record. And I'm just sat there like, bruh, how even? How do you even get the fucking ideas? She said she watches Germa. I watched Germa. I didn't get ideas.
That's funny. Like, hell, half of the time I'm lucky if my brain will even let me do anything that day.
Yeah. So most of the time it's just clips from streams that I can turn into shorts.
Same.
But then I need to go and edit them myself. And I need to find them. I need to remember where they are in the stream. More work. I fucking hate it.
I know.
Well, okay. Then we'll go into the other question of like what are some of your favorite types of content? Like what are specifically like, what have been some of the games that you've enjoyed streaming? Because I'm assuming you stream games, and then if not, what else do you stream? Something that's not gaming related? Like maybe you do ASMR, maybe you do art or something like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I really love, my favorite content is when I'm one-on-one with chat.
Okay,
I don't
so just
mind
chatting.
playing like another, well, that too, but also like sometimes like I don't really like, I'm not saying I don't love collabs. I love collabs, but sometimes I find if I'm with, the wrong group or with a group I don't know very well, I become kind of quiet and timid, and I start to withdraw because I don't know this group, they know each other, and I feel very, I don't want to say left out, but I feel awkward. I feel like I'm the odd one out. So you start feeling like, you don't belong there, because it's like they've known each other for like 5 years, they've got history, and you feel like the new person, kid, the lunch table that nobody wants to sit with. Because nobody's talking to you. So it's like, it kind of feels weird. So I just get quiet during bigger collabs, and so that's something I'm not really like, that I do a lot. But if I collab, it's usually with like 2 or 3 or 4 other people max that I know. But what I love to do is me and chat. So, you know, I'll game and I'll play. Lately, I've been playing Kina. That was really good. It's basically like a spirit guide.
Okay.
It's an RPG that started on Kickstarter. It was really good.
Ooh.
I love Sea of Thieves. I love playing Monster Hunter. You know, I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World, Pokemon. So yeah, I've got a variety of games that I play. Another thing is that I love singing.
Okay.
Loving music so much. My parents, you know, used to do online karaoke. My dad did an online radio show as a hobby. He was a DJ, so I kind of grew up in a musical household as well. So I really enjoy singing. So I do have a YouTube channel for just uploading songs.
For covers. Heyo.
Yeah.
You want to plug it? Do you want to plug it real quick?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. It's actually my standard YouTube channel, which is just it's literally just evertrua_TTV. Or no.
Oh, okay.
Is it? No, it's just evertrua. My bad.
So it's youtube.com/evertrua?
Yep.
I typed every. I typed every by accident.
Or no, it's Trua TTV. There we go.
Oh, okay. Trua TTV.
Because it wasn't something I was expecting people to find.
It's still broken.
Oh, here, hold on, I'll send you the link. But it wasn't something I was expecting people to find, because I was like, oh, you know, this was just for fun, because I was like, oh, I can record stuff in OBS now. I know how to do this.
Yeah.
So I sent it to you in Discord.
Okay. I see it. Oh, okay. I was trying to find it. with the URL, and it's not. The
okay.
URL itself is you haven't claimed your custom URL. No, if I get there, boom, subby. I'll see you when you upload another cover or something. I'm gonna keep my eyes out. I'm gonna keep my eyes out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I've got 2 covers in the works. One is actually like completed. It's fully I've mixed it, I've mastered it. I did the entire fucking recording. It's done. It's a Billie Eilish song. It's wonderful. I just haven't posted it.
Which one?
Fuck. What's the name? It's Billy Bossa Nova.
I love that
the
one.
acoustic version. If you have time after, I can play it for you.
Please.
Off stream. But yeah, no, that one's done. It's like completely done. And then I'm working on another one from Machine Head. You know, Darkness Within?
Yes.
Yeah, the acoustic version of that. I'm working on that one as a cover as well. But the thing is, I love doing covers. I love recording them and mixing them and doing all of the sound stuff. And I play guitar and I'll record it as well. I just don't want to upload it for some fucking reason. Like, I want to keep it all to myself, but I'll share it with friends and stuff. I don't know why I'm like this.
I don't either. I don't know why I'm like that either.
I mean, you've at least got covers up on it. You've at least got stuff on your YouTube relating to music and stuff. So, I mean, you beat me there.
I would like to get into like singing eventually, just for fun. I don't want to say that it would be like my primary content, because I can't sing as well as I used to with my issues that I have. But I think singing would be fun, because I've seen, you know, Iron Mouse, I'm assuming.
Yeah. Obviously.
I've seen some of her singing, and she's incredible, especially, you know, with her health issues that she's got going on. She's really good.
Dude, I'm always astounded when I hear her opera.
Oh, me too.
Bruh.
I'm like, how did that gremlin have that voice?
I know, right? Bruh, she goes from a 1 foot tiny little gremlin mouse into this massive presence on a stage with a voice. And I'm just like, bruh, how even? And then I'm like, I want to hear you sing these songs. But I know that she's never gonna fucking hear me, and it's like, you know, I just really want to hear her rendition of these songs.
Oh yeah, no, she's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. All right, so you're saying you in the future you would maybe want to do like karaoke streams?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll look forward to it then. Yeah, I don't have much else words that escape me. I don't have much else to say about that other than good luck, and I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, thank you.
But then with that, okay, back to something that could have been an obstacle. What has been the biggest hurdle that you've had to overcome since you've started doing VTubing? I'm gonna okay, no, I'm not gonna assume anything. You go.
Couple things actually.
Okay.
So the first one is just having this, illness. It's difficult.
Yes.
But also, getting off of that. You didn't see my Twitter problem like a couple weeks ago, did you?
No, I don't think I did.
I'm actually surprised. So somebody, okay, I'm gonna back it up. Back in November, early November, I went to a con, and I cosplayed as my character Trua.
Okay.
And I took IRL pictures of myself, which I'm not afraid to do. I've shown my face since I started. Pretty much. When I hit like 5K or 10K on Twitter is when I did a face reveal. And that was just to say thank you for, being here. Here's me, basically.
Yeah.
And I never hid who I was or like my body from anybody. So somebody, I had made a really nice inspirational post saying like, hey, just because, you're going through this kind of stuff, whether it's body image issues, anxiety, depression, some sort of health problem, you don't let that stop you from achieving your goals, basically. Somebody screenshot that and put it on a hating Twitter account, basically, like a mass hate account. And they reposted it. Like they reposted my photos onto this website where I just got so much hate. And I got like 5,000 notifications and comments and just degrading comments, saying some really ugly and very disgusting things about me and my body and just terrible things. And I was just not happy about it. And granted, it wasn't anything that I haven't heard before. It was all frustrating because I was so happy, and somebody that's used to getting head pats and praise from being a VTuber and having the success that I have, getting this massive amount of hate so quickly was just, it kind of derailed me a little bit. Like I wasn't even like upset about it. I was just more taken back by why like this entire Twitter account just existed for people to post pictures of people so they could be made fun of. Bruh. And it just bothered me. And what was even worse is I found people in the VTubing community that followed them. And I quickly unfollowed them. But they had over 220,000 follows on that page. And that it made me ill, because I'm like, that could be somebody's mom, somebody's grandma, someone's sister, someone's daughter, and you're just ripping them to shreds. I'm lucky because I have a thick skin. I grew up in a military household, so I can handle that kind of stuff. But other people might not. If I was the wrong person, that could have really done some damage.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding when I say this went viral. Like, it was bad. So I'm saying, I was surprised you didn't see it, because like 90% of the I had so many bigger VTubers in my corner though. Luckily, Alara stopped by. She talked to me. Like she, Radia and a whole bunch of other people offered their support and just were so sweet about it.
Yeah, and I'm quite under a rock when it comes to Twitter drama. I ignore most of it.
No, you're fine.
So
no, usually, it was really bad though.
Usually it doesn't come onto my radar, whether it's anything.
Yeah, no, I think the worst things that I hated though, so I didn't have any issues with them talking about my body, because again, I'm comfortable with my body, and that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Somebody else's opinions about my body is not my problem.
It's their opinion. Whatever they want to do with it, they can fucking stick it up their arse for all you care.
It's hurting them more than it's hurting me. I don't really bother.
You're happy with yourself, and hey. Good on you.
Right. So what irritated me the most was the fact that they said that I bought my followers.
Oh.
I went from 18,000 to 28,000 in a month.
Damn.
And now I'm going to be honest. I'm
Yeah.
not a fan of Twitter Blue. I'm not a fan of what Musk is doing.
Yeah.
We can't control it, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
I don't dislike the people that endorse it or take part, you know?
Yeah.
I just won't do it myself.
Personally, honestly, I would if I could.
Yeah, exactly. Now, in my opinion, I personally don't believe in boosting my own content because A, I don't need to. But B, I feel like in my realm, I don't think it's pretty disingenuous for myself.
Yeah.
I could not look at this and be like, oh, I did this and be proud of it if I put $50 to buy 5,000 followers. Like that's, you know, like, yeah, I could do it, but like, why?
Okay, let me, so I'm also of the mindset of like, if I wanted to get a verification check, I would want to earn it. Like whether it's on YouTube or on Twitter, if I get a tick, I want to have earned it. The only reason why I would want to buy Twitter Blue is so that I don't get lost in message requests when I want to invite people to the show.
Well, that too, but also like if I understand it for people that have been super screwed by like the algorithm.
Yeah.
Like let's say like,
and I mean,
you know, like your posts are only getting 1 like, you know,
Yeah.
like that's, I can understand it. And I don't hate anybody that has it. I just don't like it for myself or, you know, content creators that are, you know, that have the reach.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that bothers me is when you have the reach and you buy it anyway. It's like, you know.
Yeah. No, that's also totally understandable. I guess that would also be another reason for me why I would buy it then for if I do get, you know, a tiny boost, because I've been doing this shit for like 2 years and I'm still stuck at 1K.
And see, that's what my whole premise is about. I want to tell you something as well. My whole ideology behind VTubing is that there's so many people that would just want to gatekeep VTubing, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be gatekeeped. And it's like a popularity contest of who can do this better than another person. Now, here's the thing. You've been doing this for 2 years. Why should I be sitting here at 30,000 followers and why isn't it not you? You know, like my whole thing is like, I want to give those people that have worked harder and longer than me a platform to be recognized and to be seen. Because I recognize that I came up in a weird way at a weird time, but also blew up very quickly.
Yeah.
Whereas like you said, you've been working harder at this and longer and have put way more hours and time into it than I have. So I want to help lift those people up that maybe aren't discovered yet, that I, you know, think are awesome people and amazing, that, you know, other people that might like, because I recognize that I'm not everybody's comfort streamer, but I might help them find their comfort streamer.
Yeah.
And it might just be somebody that has only 50 followers, you know?
Yeah. And you know, the funny thing about what you say there is also kind of like one of my goals with the show. Like the reason why I get a new guest every week is so that one, I can, you know, showcase them to maybe their audience a bit more in a way that they don't usually get to. Like, you know, with this, for example, let's say we discussed now. I'm just going to use the brain fog thing for an example. A regular viewer might not have known, but if, let's say they tuned in here, now we talked here, and then they learned something new about you. Or if I were to get a platform big enough at some point, I can start showcasing smaller VTubers as well, and then, you know, maybe give them a bit of a boost as well.
Yeah.
Which is ultimately why I want to do the show and why I kind of want the show to become bigger than me. I don't want the show to like just be me. I want, if people want to think of the show, they need to think of the show, not just me.
Exactly, and I love that. And honestly, I love your setup. I love what you have here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. By the way, all of my credits are down below in the description. If anybody wants to see anything ever, believe it's just zara.crd.co. I made a site for it with all of my credits. And that will be updated in the future as well. So if I get a new model, updates. If I get a new FNV set, updates. On zara.crd.co. That's it. Because I used to put all of my credits down in the description below, right? So when you go on the description, then you have to scroll like 20,000 times. And then you see, oh, okay, there are all the credits. So the set design was done by Mitchy Floof on Twitter. And then, okay, then the music right now is playing, it's from Heston Mims on Spotify and all of that. And it's like, now I've just got a site where I can link to everywhere. But okay, we'll move on to the future, shall we? So, Trua, what are some of your goals that you wish to attain? Let's see, I would say end of year goals, but we're kind of close to the end of the year. So let's go a bit more abstract then, or maybe end of next year. What are some goals that you wish to achieve?
Gosh, and it's so weird to think about this because I've already achieved like a lot of my. Now, you're gonna think this is goofy, but like I didn't know anything about VTubing like when I came in. Like I didn't know who Iron Mouse was. I didn't know who Nuxtaku was or Shy Lily or anything. And within the 10 months I've been doing this, I have been followed by 3 incredibly well-known people in the VTubing community. The most recent, Bao.
Oh shit.
And that shocked the shit out of me. Exactly, yeah. I'm not kidding when I say that my entire apartment building heard me scream.
When you got that notification.
She was posting on Twitter and she like, I'm going through it lately because and I don't want to bring a heavy subject in, you know, to derail the mood, but my dad's not doing too well. And I haven't been doing too well with that either. So it's been a really emotional roller coaster for me the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I saw a post of Bao going through it as well. And she said, I'm not going to be streaming as much, you know, because I'm sad and whatever. And I don't remember the full tweet, but I posted something and I was like, you know what, should I reply? And I'm like, she posted this like 5 minutes ago. It's already got like 30 comments. I was like, you know what, I'm just going to put something wholesome and be like, you know what, we're all here for you, queen.
Yeah.
And she liked the comment and the like was enough to send me into a spiral. The like alone.
Yeah.
And then she immediately followed me right after that and I screamed pretty audibly at like, I want to say it was 5 a.m.
Yeah.
And then I had Nux follow me back in July. I had Nux follow me in July. Because I had done a stream with Evanito.
Okay, yeah, with Evan.
So one of my lovely Twitch friends who's in your YouTube chat right now took a clip of me making a sus stretch noise because, you know, I moan when I stretch because, you know, it feels good.
Yeah.
And Evan was reacting to it and he's like, who is this VTuber? He stopped his live stream to come check me out and then pulled me in a VC with him. You know, and he's like, we have to set up a collab, you know, we gotta hang out, you know. So. And then 3 months later, Nuxtaku ended up following me. I don't remember how or why, but he did, and I was panicking. And then, but like my first big follow was Alara because she had saw my content and she invited me to be on Tea Time Thursday in May. So May, June, July, August, and then like November have been like the biggest months. As far as goals, those are some big ones that I've already crossed off my list. Like my biggest goal was to be followed by Bao, and that oh my god,
already accomplished. Easy. Let's go.
I want to meet her and hang out with her. Now, I'm not a clout chaser or anything like that. I'm not about that life, but like I just want to be friends with her because she seems like somebody that like I would really get along with. I love her character. I love her personality. We love a lot of the same things.
You're both whales.
So she just seems like we would be good friends. Yeah, she just seems like we would be really good friends.
Yeah.
And it was so cute because one of my mods and one of my artists who does like all my emotes did a cute photo of me and Bao in her lemon outfit. And I was like, oh, it's me and my sister whale. Like, I idolize her so much. And she retweeted it. And again, I passed away.
That's kind of happened to me once before. So I not entirely with the plus, like with the follow part, but like, you know, so I like doing graffiti. I do digital graffiti as well. I've never done actual IRL graffiti. Spray paint's too expensive, and it's kind of illegal.
Vandalism.
So yeah, so I once did a graffiti for Ollie from Hololive. I'll quickly send it to you because I can find it relatively easily. And yeah, no, I posted it at like, it's around midnight my time. I posted it and I was like, yeah, cool. I'm happy with how it's come out. There it is. I'm sending it to you via DMs. And I woke up and I saw, I've got like 99 plus notification badges on Twitter, and I see,
my
shit,
God, that looks amazing.
She liked and retweeted it, and I'm like, bruh.
You know what you made it look like almost?
Yeah.
You made it look like, now I know it's graffiti, but you almost made it look like it's a patch. You know,
patch?
like a patch that you would sew on like a vest.
Oh, like a pin.
You know? Yeah, like some of the textures on there look very like almost fabric-like, so it looks really amazing.
Oh. I actually didn't notice that. Do you mean like the background?
I love that. No, I'm talking about like the actual like pin, like the actual like name itself. So like I can see that you use like a lot of texture brushes for like the highlights and like the shadows.
I only use one brush. There's one brush that I use for that entire thing.
That's amazing. I love it. Which you use Clip Studio for this?
Yeah.
That's amazing. No, it looks really good.
It's just a brush called spray paint. Spray paint dense specifically.
Yeah, no, it looks incredible.
Let me show you my most recent one that I did for a now graduated VTuber. There we go. It's gone through. For that was for Kitsuame Inari, who she has now graduated, no longer a VTuber, and she's now just known as Doll. As far as I know. But,
that's amazing. Yeah. That looks amazing as well.
You know what? I'll add you to my hit list. And then eventually,
let's go.
Eventually, if I get the time, I'll make a Trua graffiti.
That would be so cool. I love that.
There we go. Put you there and there. And also, I'm also putting you onto my core highs list. There, now you've been added to 3 different lists in one sitting.
I love it.
You're on the core high list, on the FNV guests list, and also on the graph hit list.
Oh, let's go. That's so awesome. Thank you so much.
Nah, thank you. You've been wonderful so far to have. And we've already been going for 1 hour and 30, so I feel like we should start wrapping it up soon-ish.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you have a collab later today, as far as I remember.
Yeah, like about 4-ish hours.
In 4 hours from now. Okay, well, we've still got about 3 questions, and then we can move on to the Q&A. So, first off, we've got like 2 questions. Okay. First question, how has VTubing helped to attain your goals? You know, the goals that you mentioned now. How has it made it easier in a way?
I will say having the reach that I have now has helped me significantly. So like if I have an issue like or an emergency, more people are willing to help out because I help them as well. So it's very much a give and take. Like you know, if anybody needs anything, I'm going to be there for them. So it's like there were a couple times where like my roommate back in July got fired from his job, and we were down to literally a week before rent was due, and we found out he didn't have a paycheck, so we didn't know if like we were going to make rent that month. So we did an emergency like donathon, and that was something like we didn't think that people were going to, donate to, but they did. And so, that was absolutely incredible. And just to see like the love and support that we get from all of these people. And I'm watching people actively like every day on Twitter, like, even if I don't respond or reply to your comment, I'll like it. I'm always actively on there looking at what other people are doing, and I'll see like I've inspired, some people to do, better with themselves. And to me, like, that's important. Like I've noticed, like, because to me, like the only way I can generate change is if I inspire other people to do better, and then they go out and they inspire others. Yeah. So that's, and I've seen that actively. So, and I feel like that's how VTubing's been helping me slowly do it. And I feel like, I know this is like a pipe dream, but I feel like we could change a lot of the things that are wrong with this world and whatever through acts like that.
Yeah. If everybody just does like small acts on their own are small, but small acts in a large quantity become bigger. It's like a snowball.
Yeah.
It's a snowball effect.
Exactly.
All right. Yeah, I love that. And then the last question that I have for you now on our script, on my list, that I very roughly follow. What has been the happiest moment or the greatest achievement you've had in VTubing? I'm assuming I can guess this one. Was it the bow follow?
Bow following me was amazing, but I will say my happiest moment was just when I had first started. People had sent me in a whole bunch of DMs and stuff to kind of like go over of like how I've helped them and what I've done for them. And this wasn't recent. This was back in like April, May. It's like I'd only been doing it for 2 months, but apparently I already had like such a fireball impact that like I was getting DMs every day like, oh my gosh, you're such an inspiration, like you're incredible, look at this, like that I think was the happiest moment, just seeing how many people that I have impacted and just reading all of those and just seeing all of that live, because it's weird to sit here, like you can sit on behind a screen and see people typing in chat like, hey, we love you, you're great, but a lot of the times I feel like that's just because they want to interact with the streamer, they want to interact with who's behind the screen. But it's different when you're not streaming and you get these messages that just that melt your heart, that really touch your soul, that like people really feel like you mean something to them, and that means everything to me. Yeah,
I've had that like way before I even started streaming. I did that, or I got that one time when, so the reason why, a little backstory, I chose my debut date as the 29th of October is because that was when I uploaded my very first video back in 2018. Because I used to make, hold with me, don't laugh, I used to make Fortnite videos.
Yeah.
But it wasn't specifically like Battle Royale, it was more the PvE. It was Save the World. So I made content there. I made reviews on like when a new weapon dropped or something. When there was an event, I would like, make videos weekly. I actually had a decent-ish schedule. And on one of the reviews I made, someone was, I was a bit late. The weapon that came out has been out for a bit and everybody has made reviews and stuff. And I was like, I acknowledged that at the beginning and I'm like, I know that there are other reviews, but I'm here to give my opinion, so here we go. And someone in the comments was like, hey, thanks for the review. I've watched others, but I was waiting patiently for yours, and I'm glad that you finally dropped it. I'm like, bruh? You specifically wanted my review on it? What? Do note, this was when I had less than 100 subs at the point. I was at like 80 subs, and there was a guy there being like, hey, thanks for your review, I loved it. And I'm like, my heart, my soul. So yeah, no, I feel that. Not entirely as, it's obviously not as deep as how you said it. With like what some people said in the DMs, but I can kind of relate.
Oh yeah.
But okay, with that, we have reached the end of our main questions, so we shall now move on to the Q&A section. If you guys didn't notice, in the live chat, there is a Q&A option where you can ask questions. We currently have one question from Betty Flower in there, which Betty is a good friend of both of ours. And she asks, why are you such a queen? Love you, Trua.
Thank you, Baru. I think you're a queen as well. And I just really think that we need more people that could be eloquent role models in the VTubing community. I feel like we've got a lot of people out there that are very much in it to get famous and be popular in their own means. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I have a different way of doing things. And I want everybody to succeed. If I'm going to get somewhere, I want everybody to come with me. One of the common misconceptions of me as a creator is that I have an entire team helping me. I don't.
We
I
don't.
do all of this
we
myself.
generally don't.
No. I do all this myself. I will say the only things that I don't do on my own is manage my Discord server. And I want to shout out to my lovely mods, you know, Teacup, Lonely, Cryptos, all of these lovely people that are just incredible, like Atra, Silver. You know, I've got a lot of people that are just in my corner, like making sure that, you know, my chat and everything stays at bay, and I'm just, you know, they're keeping things flowing, and I just love them so much. And they're also like my best friends, 100%. So, and I love them to death. So yeah, that's pretty much that.
Okay, yeah, no, that's wonderful. I do agree. Mods, cornerstones.
Absolutely.
I don't know where I wouldn't be without mods, because mods sometimes save my skin, especially with bots coming in on YouTube chat.
You get bullied by your mods too.
I do, yeah. That's who doesn't? If your mods don't bully you, they're not proper mods. Let's just say it that way. At least that's what it feels like.
Literally.
But yeah, no, mods are like super important. And even though mine aren't always around, I know they're lurking.
Yeah.
Alright, then we have another question from Black Tiger. So, if money wasn't a problem or a question, what would you like to do the most?
Oh my gosh. So I would really love to go back to Africa. Absolutely. I really want to go to Kenya, and I would love to visit there. I would love to travel a lot more.
If you ever come to South Africa, I can give you like a guided tour. I can take you to the castle. I can take you up to Table Mountain, which is, by the way, one of the 7 natural wonders of the world.
That would be amazing. See, I would love that. And absolutely, I will say you will never see a prettier sunrise or night sky than you do in Africa. It is fact. You got that red sun, and then you've just got that crystal clear night. It's so beautiful.
I want to show you one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken.
Oh yeah, please.
I need to go onto my Instagram, because I think that's where it is. Because yes, I have an Instagram. I just never post on it, and it's kind of dead. Because that used to be my personal Instagram, and then I completely rebranded it into my VTuber Instagram for, you know, if somebody found me there. I'm like, I don't want them finding my name. It's not on there. Fuck.
Those are ones that I took when I went to Africa.
Shit.
One's on the Nile, and then the one is from the actual like reserve that I was at, like the nature reserve.
Yeah, no, that's
10 years ago.
That's pretty beautiful. Let me see if I can quickly log in on Google Photos, because I do believe that I have everything backed up there, and then I don't have to search through my phone. But yeah, no, sunsets, whew, damn.
Beautiful. Oh my god. You've got the red sun, the red clouds, everything is so beautiful there. And then like what I love the most is just like that second photo that I sent you is just like everything is just like illuminated with that silhouette, you know, like, and you can just like, that is literally like a Lion King background.
Oh, here's one that I've taken from a backyard. Wait. Sorry, chat, y'all can't see shit right now. We're just talking about sunsets and y'all don't see anything.
Oh my gosh.
That's
beautiful.
from a backyard.
Absolutely beautiful.
With how pink the skies are and everything. But okay, here's what I found. Here's what I want to show. So, me and my buddies went to go climb Table Mountain one morning.
Mm-hmm.
We left at like 4 a.m. because we wanted to catch the sunrise. And we came there a bit after the sunrise. But I'm sending you now a bunch of photos, 2 panoramics that beautifully encapsulate the entire view that's available on Table Mountain.
Okay, wow. The clouds though.
Yeah.
Were you above those?
Yeah, we were above those clouds, and
Incredible.
I can't find my other okay, wait, I can find it there.
How long
Saturday,
did it take you to get
March
up there?
30th. It is about a 1 to 2 hour hike, depending on how how fast you move, to be honest. Here, this is one of my favorite photos that I've ever taken or have taken.
That is so beautiful.
Of myself.
Wow. That cloud photo, I think, is probably my favorite.
There we go.
Wow. That's amazing.
And this is the panoramic from where we were standing. You can see the cable car house there on the right. And then the little nipple standing out is Lion's Head.
Wow. So how long have you been in South Africa? Like, were you born there?
Yeah. I've never left Cape Town.
Wow.
Well, not Cape Town. I've never left the Western Cape. I've been here 21 years. Never left the Western Cape, but I've gone many places around the Western Cape specifically.
That's amazing. Wow.
But Cape Town,
And that's such a
homegrown.
beautiful site.
It is. It truly is. And I've never seen. I've climbed there many times, and I've never seen it like that again. Just the pure clouds. Okay, fuck it. You know what? I'll show it on screen real quick.
It's gotta be cold up there too. Like I gotta
cold.
imagine.
It was cold, and you know what? Just for the sake of showing it to the people in chat as well. Can't not. I'll show them this one.
It's such a beautiful.
Sorry,
photo.
it's blocking out your face right now. So this is the one that I was showing, me in the clouds, and then just for the other one.
That's such a beautiful photo.
You know, this was years ago. I still had short hair there. This is the other panoramic that I took.
I can't tell you how many intrusive thoughts that I would have about just jumping into the cloud.
Oh, I can't tell you how many I had too.
I'm telling you.
Dude, those clouds look so soft, and I'm actually sad that I don't have a photo where I'm looking directly down. Like, I should have, but for some reason I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it weird,
I
like walking through them? Like, did you guys like walk through them to get up there?
No, see, those clouds are on the other side. Here's a different photo from about. This is at close to the top of the route. You can kind of see it in the photo. The route that we took.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So you see like a dirt path curving, and that's the path that you take.
That is such a beautiful, beautiful place. Wow.
But yeah, so that is by far one of my favorite experiences of like just ever.
What a gorgeous, gorgeous place to live.
You know what enhanced it?
Huh.
I might have been slightly stoned because we decided to take edibles before.
Oh, that's fine. See, there you go. But see, with honestly seeing that kind of sight, you'd think that you're like, listen, I'm not religious or anything, but you'd think that you're meeting God.
True,
looking
legit.
at that kind of sight, like
legit.
You know, like telling you, man, like
so have
the
I
man himself
you?
About to like part those clouds.
So have I convinced you? Do you want to come to South Africa now and climb Table Mountain?
Oh my
with
god,
me?
I would love to. Yes.
Well, let me know when you come down. Otherwise, I don't see y'all asking questions for me to answer or ask for Trua to answer. So with that, I think we should be ending it soon. Then, are there questions
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
have, Trua?
Yeah. I mean, I would love to know what brought you into this field and what made you want to become a VTuber and just how you got started.
All right. Well, honestly, to put it in a like a TLDR, it's just I've always wanted to do content creation. As I said, I started making videos back in 2018. That was when I was 17. Yeah, I was born in 2001, so that's just minus 1 year from the year. So yeah, when I was 17, I started making videos. But even before then, I've always like, you know, I grew up watching Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, you know, the greats. And I was like, I want to do this. I want to be able to, like, you know, build a community, have a good impact, I guess. You know, be able to bring joy to people. That's the most cliche answer that everybody gives on the show, anyways. So, but that's because that's most of the time. That's most of the time the main reason you want to have people. You want to bring joy to people. So. yeah, that's why. And then I discovered VTubing back in 2020 when it blew up, and I learned how to do rigging because I could not afford shit. And that's just where it started, and I've not stopped since.
By the way, I love your Discord reactive. I'm looking at it right now because I have to give mine for my collab later.
I love it too.
Here's mine if you want to see it. It might shock you.
Oh no! Wait, what do you mean it might shock me? I don't. I might. Should I be scared? Should I be scared?
Maybe.
It's loading. Oh, okay. I love that. I love. I love that. I'm putting that on screen now. I am putting that on screen right now.
I will say another interesting fact though is like I love it when people like try to Google me, you know, because like I've been
because
on,
they
I've
find
been
the
Googled
actual
before.
orca.
They do. They really do. and it's great because they find the whale and it's me.
Do you know what you should do? You should
can't
flip.
prove it's wrong.
You should flip the first whale. When you're not speaking, you should flip it horizontally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that way it's not like you won't be doing a full 180 every time.
Yeah.
I love that. That's amazing.
Cracks me up every time.
Yeah, no, my reactive is just me sitting and then I've got my sausage on my lap.
I was gonna say, is that a cat?
That's my sausage.
Oh, you have a dachshund?
I do. His name is Oscar.
I love
And he's
that.
the cutest fucking bean ever.
I love that so much. I have 2 dogs as well. I have a Morkie named Louie.
A
And then I
Morkie.
have a pug, a Maltese Yorkie mix.
Oh, okay.
And then I have a pug named Lily.
May I request to see the pug? 'Cause
Oh my god, yeah.
I fucking love pugs. They're literally my favorite dog ever. And we've had so many sausages by now that we're not getting more sausages after. So I was like if Oscar ever, like, you know, when it passes, we're not getting more sausages. So I was like, does that mean pug? Question mark. And
I love that.
and then my mom was like, yeah, why not? And I was like, oh, what? We get a pug? Let's go.
So I'll show you one of the most like recent ones. She sits like a person. And it's kind of funny because she always has her tongue out. Her tongue's like 1,000,000 times bigger than she is.
What?
But like her tongue cannot stay in her mouth.
I love
so
that.
it just kind of like
that.
flops out.
That is the cutest fucking thing ever.
Yeah, no, she just pops out.
That is too cute. I fucking love it. It's amazing. Let me see if I can find you photos of my sausage. I'm sending you my sausage in your DMs. There we go.
Let's go.
He loves sitting on your lap. So that's why he's on the Discord active. He's on my lap as well. In this photo that I'm sending you now, he's sitting inside my jacket.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So yeah, he's old, he's grey, he's fat, and he sleeps a lot, but he's cute as fuck. But okay, if chat doesn't have any more questions for us, which by the way, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask, but otherwise, we shall be ending it soon.
Yeah, not a problem.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, by the way, for having me, and thank you for the opportunity. I love doing stuff like this. And
Hey,
I'm
no,
always
you're
down to game
welcome.
online or offline, on stream, off. So
I
if
did-
you're ever down to do anything, let me know.
I did see that when I was scrolling through your Twitter earlier, you're playing a game that I am heavily addicted to recently.
Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
I love that game. I've played it since it came out. It's so good.
I started playing, when was it? I started playing before Wesker came out, during the Attack on Titan collab. That's when I started playing it, and I've been addicted since. Like it's not a lot, but I've already clocked in 200 hours since. And that was like what, August? So, yeah. No, it's I fucking love the game. Are you a killer or survivor main? I'm assuming survivor main since you like playing with friends.
Mainly survivor. I'm not really good at killer.
Okay.
The only killer that I've ever really been good at is doctor.
Doctor, okay.
Yeah.
Then let me ask, who do you main as survivor?
Ooh, okay. So I switch between Claudette or Daddy Bill.
Daddy Bill, okay.
Yeah, Bill
Okay.
Overbeck.
Yeah, what's your? Yeah, we do got a DVD Tiger. Tiger's one of my main DVD squad people. I see him and the other two in a call right now, and I'm probably gonna join them because it seems like they have an open spot. So I'm gonna join them for a bit after the show. But yeah, no, I play the game super often, and I'd love to play with you as well. My main.
Yeah, I have it on Epic, so I'm down to
Hey, me
do
too.
it anytime. Let's go.
Me too. Epic Squad. Let's go. You got it when it was free, didn't you?
Yep.
Hey. Wait, but you said you were playing it since it launched.
So I have it on PS4.
Oh, okay. And then you got it on Epic and then find an account.
Yep.
Okay, I see. Hell yeah, let's go. Yeah, no, I'd love to be able to play with you every now and then. Like I've streamed the game like 3 times. I just mainly play it with other streamers, and I'm never live when they're streaming.
I'm
So
totally down.
it's
Let me
like
know.
I'm purely just there for playing the game with friends, and that's it. I don't care about making
Oh, yeah.
content from it. Hell, my friend Mal uses me for content. What's your main build, if you don't mind me asking? Like the perks
So
you're on.
typically I will run Unbreakable,
Yeah, build perk.
Decisive, Self-Care, and because with Decisive I
no.
like to be toxic.
Oh no, DS.
And then and
Oh,
then
no,
Urban
no,
Evasion
no.
for sure.
No, I don't have an issue with DS. I have an issue with self-care.
Oh yeah. And then Urban Evasion.
Oh no, Tiger, bring Mal in here. Bring Mal in here. She's gonna love her. Mel literally has made a perk called like Mal Urban Value, because she will always shout it when she gets any type of value out of Urban Evasion. She'll be like, Urban Value.
Oh my god, I love it. Let's go.
Meanwhile, me playing fucking I recently got Fang, so I'm busy working. Fuck me. I've got a frog stuck in my throat.
Apparently they're doing like some weird like giveaway, like blood point giveaway, right?
Oh?
Like like there's like an event thing that's going on right now. That's
Oh,
like
the blood
they're
rush.
doing like blood points. Yeah.
Oh, the blood rush. Yeah. Yeah, so it's making my life easy. Also the fact that I'm a hoarder for blood points. So before Vittorio and the Night came out, I was up to 1.8 million blood points without the end of season chapters or chapter bonuses. So yeah, I instantly prestiged both Vittorio and the Night. And
Amazing.
Vittorio is actually already prestige 2. And I'm working on things so that I can get Lithe, because I have broken up my relationship with Sprint Burst because it keeps letting me down. But yeah.
No, Sprint Burst can be hit or miss sometimes for me.
Yeah. Wait, I don't remember you mentioning an exhaustion perk that you're on. Do you not run exhaustion perks?
No.
Okay. I'm assuming you have Fang as well, since you have Doctor.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'd recommend you getting Lithe if you ever wanted, because balanced is very situational. Dead Heart, you need to know how to use it. Sprint Burst, shit.
Right.
And Lithe, you just have to fast vault something, which you do in every chase. So easy getaway. But okay, I think this is where we will end it. I will send you my DVD epic thing like now after, once I'm in game, and I will definitely be wanting to play with you in the future as well. But
Absolutely, yeah. Just let me know when.
Hell yeah. But yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thanks everybody for coming by. I've been your host, Zara. Make sure you guys go check out Trua on Twitter and Twitch. On Twitter, you can find her at evertrua_TTV. That is EVERTRUA_TTV. And otherwise on Twitch, you can find her at twitch.tv/evertrua. EVERTRUA. Spelled exactly the same. Otherwise, go check out FNV.co.co. Everything to do with the show is there. I don't have to plug it again. Y'all know where to go by now. I've been your host, Zara. Trua, thank you so much for being a wonderful guest on the show and being my companion for the 55th episode. May we see you again in the future on one of your streams and maybe one of mine. But until then,
Absolutely.
and until next time, thanks everybody for tuning in, and ciao for now.